Hi everyone. Uh, so how was your New Year, everyone?
It was good man. Good.
Good. Fine.
Hello.
Yes, yes, good.
So how was the New Year for everyone? We are been
It's
connecting after
good.
a very long time.
Yes.
Okay. Anything special someone has done on this New Year? But everyone do have celebrated that, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Learned MySQL from Udemy.
Great. So, guys, it's been a while, where when we have connected last time, right? So, what we have planned is since we didn't want to take classes on that particular week because we know the availability of the candidates will be pretty low. The availability of the candidates were pretty low in the last week, right? So now what we are planning is this week and next week, right? Uh, Current week and the next week we will be taking a lot of classes. So how we have planned is I will be taking couple of classes this week. Then Neil will be discussing the assignment, more assignment, right? And then Piyush will also be taking some SQL related classes where he will discuss about uh, what type of questions are being asked in the interview and how to approach those questions. Okay. And in the next week, we will be taking class on basis of how to prepare the resume and how what things to mention on resume, what things that not we don't need to mention on our resume, and then we will take the mock interviews of each candidates, and then we will be helping you in the referral and referring your resume, and then you will be ready by next week, and you all will be ready and to give interviews. Okay, so this week and next week, as I mentioned earlier, it will be lot of classes, and we want to, the break that which we have taken because of the Christmas and New Year, we will try to cover up in this week and next week, and we will make sure the momentum. We will be back into the momentum in this week itself, so that you guys can revise the things, right? And now tell me one thing. Last time when we were taking a break, we discussed about that Udemy course which we have shared with you, right? The credentials. How many have you finished the basic course, and how many are on advanced course? And tell me how many have not even started the course. And please be honest in the class.
I completed the basic course of Udemy. I mean, beginner's course.
Okay. Yeah, I saw your message yesterday, Rahul. Great. What about? Let me ask. What about before Indu?
Uh, yes, I also completed the basic course.
You have completed a basic course. Now you are on advanced course, right?
Yeah.
Sure. Indu, what about you?
I haven't started it.
Sorry, your voice is pretty low. Can't hear you.
I haven't started yet. I'll complete it.
You have started?
No, I haven't started yet. I'll complete it.
Okay. Pramod?
Yes, I have finished basic and advanced also I have done in
You have finished advanced
last
also?
3 months, 3 months back. Yes, I have to revise again.
So, yeah, please. That the purpose of that course was twofold. One is to
Yes, yes. This
revise
week I will complete this.
this week. See, the
Yes.
objective of the course is not to finish the course fast, right? But the objective of the course is to revise the stuffs that Neil and Piyush have discussed with you with respect to the SQL part, right? So you can try to see in that particular course what is done is there are videos where you can revise your concept. You can fast forward the video and just revise the concept. Or if you don't want to, no, if you feel very confident about yourself in SQL, you can directly just practice the question which are being mentioned in those SQL code. For example, in the advanced course, they have discussed about the e-commerce data sets. So e-commerce data sets may we have also discussed the product case studies. There are different metrics that we track for. For example, uh, how to calculate session, number of sessions per user, how to calculate how many users have placed an order. Such kind of analysis questions are there, which if you try to the objective of the course is if you try to solve each and every problem which was given in that course by yourself, you will feel very confident when you are giving interview, and that is what is required. You know the concept of SQL, you know the concepts. Okay, I know how to write queries, you know how to solve the problem. But once you try to solve so many problems with respect to real data sets, in that course, the data sets are pretty real. Actual companies, e-commerce data sets are given. So if you try to, you know, mm, uh, gets your hand dirty on those data sets, you will feel confident about yourself. That's the objective.
Yes.
Varun, what about you? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, Mank.
Okay. Varun, I am asking you,
Yes,
what's the status of your course?
I have started. I have completed the beginners one, and will move on to the advanced one.
Okay, but let me iterate it once again. The purpose of the course is to practice the question. I hope everyone who has mentioned me ki they have finished the basic course, now they are on the advanced course. They have not just watched the video, but they have solved the problem by themselves, right?
Yes, yes.
So
Yeah, right.
objective is to read the question from the interview, pause the from the video, recorded video, pause the video, then try to solve it yourself. Take 15-20 minute pause, think about the problem statement, try to solve it, and then check the solution. This is how. That's why I want, let it take it you 2 week or 1 week, does not matter, right? But
रिकॉर्डिंग कर रहा है ना डाल दिया ना ऑल डब्ल्यू चल ठीक है ऑल एस मत दबाना
चल रहा है. Sorry, I think there was some net issue. Hello. So, yeah. So now Rahul has mentioned, Pramod has mentioned, Vibhor has mentioned, you have completed your prime basic course, but you guys are solving the problems which we have discussed in the manner. Solving the problems is critical, but how you are solving the problem is very important, right? Pratik, what about you and rest of the guys? Please tell me what's the status of your basic and advanced course.
Sir, currently I have completed only the half of the beginner course,
Okay.
but I'll try to complete this in 1 week, both
Okay.
beginner
Yeah.
and advanced.
Pratik,
Because of
Pratik, that's fine. But I want to tell you one thing. The objective is not to finish the course fast. Objective is quality. To solve each problem, understand the problem, try to solve it by yourself, and then check the solution. That's why that we have given you the credentials, right? And what about Siddharth and Varun का भी हो गया? Yeah. Siddharth, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, I am asking Siddharth, what's the status of your Udemy course which we have given for you revising the SQL part?
Like advanced one is incomplete. Like beginner course is completed, advanced one is left.
Okay, great. ठीक है. So, and one more thing I want to know from you, since you have taken all the SQL classes from us, once you have started completing or doing that beginners course, tell me one thing: are you feeling confident about yourself? That are you able to solve max of the questions, right? In the videos that are given, because in the company's interviews, most of the questions will be in a similar fashion only. They will give you some real data sets. They will try to ask you in an interview to solve the question as soon as possible. So, are you guys feeling confident that you are able to solve the questions of the Udemy course by yourself, by not even doing cheating not doing cheating, right? Just playing the video and just seeing the solution, right? So, be honest when I'm asking this.
Yes.
Yes, Mank. The beginner one was very easy.
Okay.
In the advanced one, I had some issue in the starting segments, like when the group by was for three columns at the same time.
Yeah.
So that took some time for me
Okay,
to learn.
but this is increasing your confidence, right? Ki you are,
Yeah.
see, the objective, if you guys are able, if each and everyone in this particular classroom is able to finish the beginners and advanced course by solving each problem by yourself, then definitely at the end of the course, and even when the assignment which Neil discussed and Piyush will be discussing with you, right? If you complete all these things, we can guarantee you that if in an interview 10 questions are asked respect to SQL, you will be able to solve 8. And when you are able to do it 8 out of 10, then you are pretty much selected from the SQL part of it. And for product also, I am taking your classes and we have discussed all the frameworks and all. I will be coming to it. But first, I want to discuss all these basic things which which we are missed since we have not taken classes in last week because of the obvious reason. So yeah, so इसलिए please complete your advanced course at your pace. I'm not forcing you to finish in 1 week or 5 days. I don't want to give you a timeline because each and everyone has a different schedule. Someone is working, someone has more time. So the basic expectation is devote more time in solving the problem statement, in understanding the problem statement, and be honest to yourself that while when you are solving these problems, you should able to solve by yourself. And then if you are facing trouble, as Harshvardhan has rightly pointed out, he was facing some challenge, accept that challenge, and then try to learn by yourself or look at the solution and feel, and then at the end of the course you will feel confident by yourself, because feeling confident is very important, right? Because in the by the next week end you all will be ready to face interviews, to refer your resumes, right? So that was the objective. So in next 2 weeks, try to complete all your advanced course along with the assignment which Neil Piyush will be giving for SQL. Then I will be giving you the product assignment, right? So objective is to let's finish everything in 2 weeks. We started our course in 1st November, right? And so the expectation was कि within 2.5 months we will be able to finish everything, and we are up to the mark what we have committed to you, all of you, right? So it's now high time that you all should devote more time, because we are very pretty close to ending our course. Now we'll be at that stage. Sooner we'll be on those stage where we will be taking your interviews, and then you will be giving real interviews to your companies. That's why that confidence of product and SQL is very important while cracking the interview. I hope that makes sense. Any questions, any queries you guys have with respect to the Udemy course for SQL? You are facing any problem in solving the questions of Udemy? All the solutions are pretty there in video also, but again, I'm asking this question.
No, I don't have question, but I want to ask something like in the Udemy courses, like when they are giving the questions, we already know what are the columns required for the solution. So like in real life, like when we do the analyst job, like what will be the expectation from us? Like uh, a simple question statement will be given only, or something like a specific, they will ask you to give the specific data, like some specific column or something.
Are you talking from giving an interview, or are you asking from clearing the interview and then doing the job?
Yeah, the second part, later part.
In a doing the see, once you crack the interview, you will be given, some training will be given to you to understand the data. Each and every company, they will help you understand the data, because without understanding the data, you cannot, you know SQL, right? That's obvious. But without understanding data, what data needs to be pulled, what data needs to be, fetched by using the SQL query, you don't know. So that basic training will be given to you. That will give you understanding. Okay, this column ka meaning is this column meaning is that, right? That understanding once you get, then you will be able to analyze the data, and those tables are already built in the companies. You don't need to think about the key those columns will be present, all those tables will be present there. It's just problem statement we will be given to you. Hey, one fine day the number of orders are dropped by 20%. Harshvardhan, please tell us why those numbers have dropped. Now you will have access to all the multiple number of tables. You will try to use joins, you will try to fetch data, then you will come up with the insight. Hey, these numbers have been dropped. You will present the number or Excel or some dashboard where you will suggest to your manager or to your stakeholders that these numbers have dropped because of multiple reasons. First reason was because there was the number of users who launched their app were dropped. The number of, there was some technical issue at our end. All those insights will come from your data. You don't need to think about if this column will be present or not. The data will be there in the tables. Hello.
Yeah, I understood.
Okay. Okay. Now, anyone else who has the query apart from Harshvardhan? Please be interactive, guys, in the class. If you don't have, say no. If you have, say yes.
No query. Mind.
Okay, okay. Now coming to the product things, right? So now tell me one thing regarding our product case study material that I have given to. How many of you have read that material? How many you have practiced the question from that case study? Okay. Yes, Ravi.
I have practiced the question from the case study material.
Okay. What about others? And please be fast in replying, right? I can't ask everyone each and every time. Before Harsh, are you not able to understand what I've just said?
No, I understood, Bank. Actually, for the last 10 days, I didn't study. That's why I'm not
To
replying.
say, be honest in the class. Say I didn't
Mhm.
practice it. That's what
Yeah, I
I'm
didn't
expecting.
practice.
And I want the status from each and everyone. Let's start from before.
Yeah, man. I also was not able to practice that.
Product case studies, you have not read it?
Yeah.
Okay, Harshvardhan, you have not read it. Any reasons why you didn't get time or you did best?
No, time was not the issue. Actually, I went to my home. Like, I have to move to Bangalore. No, that's why, like, I just
You
went
have shifted it to
to my
Bangalore,
home.
right?
Yeah, I am shifting this Saturday.
What about Siddharth Pramod? Tell everyone. I want to know the status from each and everyone.
I have not done all the material. I have studied some like Instagram and Netflix, only these things.
Pratik, what about you? Indu, Varun, Rahul, Siddharth.
Yes, I also did not do the same.
I have read
Pratik,
it.
you?
I have read it, but hasn't like made the that. I have generally read it.
Pratik, what about you?
Sir, I went through only through two or three case studies. I did not get time because of the renovation work at my house.
Hmm. See, I want to tell you one thing. That case study, you just need to practice one case study per day. Because next week we will be taking your mock interviews. We have already finished all our major things, right? Whether it's SQL or product, we will be helping you to build your resume next week, and then we will be taking a mock interview, and then it's up to you guys. You have to yourself clear the interview, right? We can guide you, we can help you, we can refer you, but if you delay things for whatever reasons, right? Because reading one case study per day, this is what we discussed last time, right? And I am taking the product classes after 2 3 weeks. If you are not able to take time to read one case study per day, matlab it's a serious concern. You are ultimately, the objective of each and everyone is to get a job, right? Here, if you are not able to read or complete one case study per day, that means you are not there to clear the interview. If you are not up to the mark to clear the interview, then things will get delayed and you will get demotivated, or you will, the objective of joining our course, right, that will get diluted. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
will
yes.
will
Yes, man.
will each and everyone from today onwards try to read? There are around 15 case studies in that case, right? On weekends you have more time. On weekends you can complete two case studies, but on weekdays, fetch 30 minutes, 1 hour from your end, devote time on that case book, case study book, and try to complete one case study per day. We have discussed all the framework, product. We have taken multiple 7 8 classes we have taken on product, right? and and ultimately that material that I discussed with you, right, that material is being used in the MBA colleges and top MBA colleges I'm talking about. I am right. That material we have provided, it's very very crisp material. You cannot find crisp material with respect to the PDF that we have provided. It's very straightforward. very structured, top products have been covered. You just need to fetch 1 hour per day and read that, and try to finish by the next week, right? So guys, we have been discussing product or SQL from last 2 months, but let's stretch yourself for a couple of weeks, this week and next week, right? You have to wrap up your advanced course, you have to wrap up assignments, and you have to wrap up the product case study that you have already been given. Okay, because objective of me taking the class now was ki you guys would have read product case studies. Today, tomorrow we will be discussing product queries. You will ask me some good or some very obvious question, and then I would have helped you. You would have understand. If let's say you are able to grasp 8 out of 10 things when we discuss in the class, then you are two things which you are not able to grasp, I will help you to understand it, and I will try to help you in such a manner, in a very fundamental manner, which will help you to know things end to end. That was the objective. That is why I have shared the case study material so early with you, and I'm little bit disappointed at the you guys are not able to complete one case study per day. That is a pretty low expectation that we should have from each and everyone. But tell me, from today on, will you be able to complete one case study per day, and next 7 days you will be able to wrap up the case studies?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, sure,
Yes,
Mike.
yes, sure. Yes.
Harshvardhan, Indu, Rahul, Siddharth,
Yes.
Pratik.
Yes, from my side also.
Yes, man.
ठीक है.
I'll try.
So two things. One is the advanced course of Udemy. Second is the product case studies. We need to wrap up by next week. Anyhow, stretch yourself. Try to complete it, because when we are taking your mock interview, if you are not ready, then it's your fault, right? We already have spent a lot of time, because it's now it's now up to each and everyone how eagerness you have to get a job. If you are like, you are very passionate ki I want to convert the job as soon as possible, then you will finish the things. You will be able to manage the time, and you will be able to finish the things on your time, right? If you are able to do that, then you will get a job in your due time. Otherwise, some might take 3 months more, some might take 5 months more, and your motivation will get down. I don't want, because we you guys have also put a decent hard work. We have also put a decent hard work with you all and everyone, taking night classes, sharing PDFs, working on the material, then helping you guys to understand the fact. And on weekend also we get some call from you guys, and we try to help your queries, right? So those kind of mentorship is very difficult to find in the market, right? So if you are getting that mentorship, if you are getting that guidance, please try to utilize it. And if you are able to utilize it fully, then you are there when it comes to job, right? So now what we will do is, today also I'm taking your class, and tomorrow also I will be taking your class. So now, I told you, for Netflix and Instagram we will discuss now, and tomorrow again new two case studies from that PDF you can come and read, right? So now let's start to discuss about the Netflix thing. Okay, you guys can see my screen, right?
Yes, man.
Right. So, so one thing is, let's discuss about the Netflix first. Okay. So tell me, we discussed 4 5 things, right? Very last time. What things need to be covered in Netflix case studies? User persona. We discussed. Yeah. Remember these things we discussed about 4 5 things, right? Which we should be able to understand from this. One is user persona. Second was user journey. Okay. Third was product metrics. Hmm. Then is user pain points. Number of searches has decreased by 20%. Okay. So this is a problem statement which we call as root cause analysis. This is a root cause analysis problem. These questions will be asked in your interview. Okay, root cause analysis in interview, right? So tell me one thing. Yeah, all of you remember, right? We discussed these five things. These types of questions are being asked in the product uh, classes, product interview. Sorry. So do you guys understand what is user persona? User journey is product metric, user pain point, and how to solve these problems, right? Now tell me one thing. Do you have any queries? Because I'm giving an opportunity to each and everyone to ask me doubts if you have with respect to understanding what is user persona, what is user journey, what is product metric, what is user pain points. Do you have question or shall we move forward?
A question regarding this case study or question regarding these 5 points?
No. Regarding case study, we will be discussing. I am talking about these 5 points. Understanding what does user journey means, what does product metric mean, what is user pain point, what is user persona. About these
Okay,
things.
no question.
Are these terms clear to each and everyone?
Yes.
Yes, man, it's clear.
Okay. So now let's discuss about Netflix. Like what can be the different? Let's start with user persona. What are the different types of users that we can classify for Netflix as a product? Think and answer. And let's be fast in it, right? Because we have discussed already in this in past.
We can divide users into the age group, 2 to 3 age group, like below 20 years or 20 to 50 years or above 50 years.
Okay. Someone else can try.
I have a question in this, Mank. Like, Netflix has some contracts with other production companies. Like, will that be considered in user persona or something else?
Hmm.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah. That was the question. Did you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. But how would that impact the user person? Let's say if somebody has done tie-up with Netflix, that does not matter, right? Because ultimately the it's customer, right, who are watching the videos, who are watching the web series, who are watching the movies or cricket matches on Netflix, right? If those
Yeah.
customers, sorry.
Yeah, but those customers are watching the shows which is made by some other production companies. No, Netflix is just the platform. So basically, that third person company is like helping Netflix to earn. That's why I was thinking maybe.
See, there are two different things. You are getting confused. Harsh, one thing is what is the content in the Netflix? That is totally a platform. That platform has done an integration or partnership with different companies. For example, let's say there is some web series of Hollywood that will come. They would have to buy the copyright. They have to pay some money to those partnership, and then they can charge our customers on the basis of subscription model. Then we will be able to watch those shows, right? So content partnership is different. What I'm asking is what kind of users are watching the show, right? Did you able to understand the difference?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we are not discussing ki what are the different types of content are there, right? Content are different that we know. There are movies, there are option of web series, there are option of Hollywood movies, there are option of Bollywood movies, right? And they have to do a type of different thing, right? That's totally a different and totally agree with you. But when I say user persona, what does user persona mean? User persona means if for a Netflix as a product, if you want to classify different products, different customers for this product, how we can classify? One person who told me this answer or divide the age group. Can you please spell because I've shared my screen, I can't see the name.
Ravi.
Okay, Ravi. Anyone else wanna try?
Based on engagement time of the customer, maybe we can uh, classify them into different type of users.
Based on? Sorry.
uh, the time spent on the platform.
Okay. ठीक है. Hmm. User persona. See, so the thing very criticisms you I know you have not everyone has read the PDF, right? But if you try to, if you would have read one case study per day, then that thought process of each and everyone would be there, right? See, think from the Netflix point of view, right? Netflix customers, what kind of customers? We all are, we most of them, we most of us in this class are some, they are using some kind of OTT platform, right? Some might be watching on Hotstar, some might be using on Amazon Prime, some might be watching on Netflix, but the answer does not change, right? Because all are similar platforms only, right? They are solving the same problems. They want to engage their customer and they want to generate revenue through the subscription model, which they charge their customer to watch, which help user to watch the shows on the Netflix, right?
Yes.
Right. So now think, see, for let's say take three generations. Take one generation is our generation, right? We are born on 90s and 2000 born, right? So one generation is who is are of father's parents age, right? Who were born in 1960s or 70s. Those are not very tech savvy persons. They, most of the parents, right? My parents does not watch, most of the parents does not watch on Netflix or Hotstar or Amazon Prime, right? Then, but our generation watches. Second generation which is coming up is the millennial generation, which we call as, right? And one is the post millennial, we call born after 2010, basically new late last decade only, right? All these kind of customers are pretty heavy customers because they all are tech savvy. Even a child who gets born after 3 4 years, they need mobile. They have been distracted. Outdoor games concept has been getting over. They are being watching watching YouTube or web series and all, right? So if you think, Ravi, you are pretty close in the answer, right? But in the age group you want to define, you can say three things, right? You can say user one is one who is currently millennials, we will say. One is post millennials, right? Millennial means who born after, let's say, who are like 20 plus, who are within the range, whose age group is between 20 to 30. Post millennials who are just 10 to 20. Okay. And one is our parents generation, right? Who are almost like uh you can say 20 to 35, like who are more than like 40, greater than 40. I would say let's classify into 40 to 60, and then generation greater than 60. Okay, so we can totally exclude this generation, right? And and if I want to classify, I would say, let's say user persona, most of the customers will be, let's say, if I want to divide it, I would say 40 percentage will 40 30 and 30 percentage, if you want to give the percentage distribution of the customers, because anyone who is between 20 to 35, maximum of us are on this range, right? And we are heavily serious. And then our post millennials who are in school days, college days, 10 to 20, right? They are also a big buff of watching these platforms, movies on those platforms. And then our parents generation, right, who 40 to 50 wala they also, we can say 30. I think this should be 14, that's 20, right? No one would ask you the distribution, but I want to give you that feel ki okay, how to think about the user persona, right? Because you have to be very optimistic while thinking it, because you will see na ki when I say the age group, right, when I say one will be less than 10, second will be 10 to college going will be 20, let's say 25, 18, these are school. Then you will say ki let me so I am thinking, let's say after between 20 to 25 you have taken, then 25 to 35, 25 to 40, and then you will say greater than 40. Okay, so if you see, you can neglect this group, you can neglect this group, right? You can focus majorly on this two section, right? So these are two section. I'm calling this as, this will fall under the bucket of millennials, and some will be post millennials. Here also some will be millennials. This will be post millennials. This will be millennials group. Okay, mostly. So age group basis पे you have to divide the customer base of Netflix. Any question here?
No, man, no question.
And we can say, and we can say, even in the interview you can say, okay, usually this age group 10 to 40 years old, these are the users who will be mostly active on Netflix, right? Is it a fair assumption, everyone?
Yeah, yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Hmm. Mostly these users will be active on Netflix. Okay. So, and it's a very see, this division everyone would know, right? Now I have given you the thought process, you will be able to think. But using these terms like millennials, post millennials, it's very, it's very helpful while you are giving the interview. Like I would suggest everyone, let's, when you try to use these words, right? What are millennials? Do everyone know the meaning of millennials here, or you have heard this word very this time?
Yeah, I have heard this word first time.
Okay. So it's good na to classify them as millennials, right? Because millennial definition is, let me give you millennial definition of whose age is between 20 to 35, like approx, you can say.
Hello?
Yeah, yeah. And anyone who will be in this range of 0 to 20, they will fall under the bucket of post millennials. That's it. Any question, anyone?
No question, man.
Yeah. So I was just saying ki it's good that you are able to define on the age group, but if you are able to use this term, right, millennials, post millennials, so it's very easy. Okay, millennials are someone who are born between 1980s to 1995. Post millennials who are born after 1995. That's it. And these are the two segment of users who are pretty much active on Netflix. Okay. Now discuss about the what can be the user journey of this user persona is clear to everyone, right?
Yes, man.
Yes,
Yes.
it's clear.
Let's discuss the user journey on Netflix.
Hello, Mayank.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, Actually, I have a doubt. Uh, like in e-commerce company, we categorized user persona in different thing like normal users, people who are doing business. Can't we categorize here as normal movie watchers and another user will be directors who are movie makers, and then another category of users instead of age? Can't we do?
See, yeah, yeah. Your question is pretty much valid, Pratik. So,
Because in every other case study we did the same thing. I mean, we did not categorize by age, but here we are categorizing by age. That is my question.
yeah, yeah. So I will tell you, if you compare two products, right? One is e-commerce, okay? One is Netflix, okay? Now tell me, e-commerce is something which this platform. I'm telling you one thing. We both are user of Netflix and e-commerce. Let's say, okay. How many times in 1 month you try to place an order from e-commerce? Be honest. Let's say if I want to be very optimistic, I can say 0.5 order per month, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, or let's say one per quarter, one per quarter we can say. But tell me for Netflix, how many times you try to watch? When I say Netflix, I say Amazon Prime and everything. Okay, how many times you watch in a month? More than one, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
So if you think fundamentally, both products you cannot compare. When we say e-commerce, because e-commerce may you have to divide the, it's better, see, there is no correct answer or false answer here, right? I'm not saying this is false or this is correct. I am saying division of users on the basis of frequency of their buying makes sense in case of e-commerce. Why? The reason is because the number of orders that are being placed here are pretty less in terms of frequency, but the frequency by which you watch Netflix is pretty high. So it's, and why it's pretty high, because the age group we are in, right? That's why it's pretty high, because someone who is of age of 40, 45, our parents is, they don't try to watch from Netflix, but they can ask you, Hey Pratik, can you please help me to buy one good T-shirt or shoes from Flipkart? But they won't tell you, hey please, Pratik, I want to watch this movie. Please, log in onto Netflix and show me. Right? Did you able to understand the difference? Like why there is a difference? It's a very thin line, but I want to clear to all of you.
Yes.
Hello.
But Mayank, but they, I mean, the directors or the movie makers also pay a big amount to these Netflix. So that is also a revenue stream for them. So
Yeah.
that also might be the user persona. I mean that is my doubt.
Yeah, yeah. See,
Partly it is cleared, but
see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So when we divided this age group, right? When we say 0 to 20 due to 240 and greater than 40, right? So you are saying this age group, which will you say director or normal customer also, they will have some weightage. So let's say these are 10 percentage or these are even 5 percentage, right?
yes.
Yes. So you can give a distribution. I just give you a number. Let's say this is 30, this is 40. You can say this is 25%. You can divide it. It's not a concern. But see, that's why I am requesting each and everyone try to go through one case study per day. Because if you try to go cover one case study per day, na, you will able to understand these things, right? Why in e-commerce we need to classify customer on the basis of frequency of buyer, and why in case of OTT platform, let's say Netflix, or why we are using age group, because this age group is very biased, right? Because you see someone who is going to school, they will hardly use e-commerce, right? They will hardly, someone who is in fifth class, sixth class, they will have a eighth class even, let's say, right? They have a pretty low use case of ordering from e-commerce, but they have pretty high use case of using Netflix. So the age group bias, okay, the age group bias is pretty high here as compared to e-commerce. But Pratik, if you would have classified the user of Netflix even on this frequency, right? Let's say one is someone who watch 5 shows per month, है ना? Low frequency, some between high frequency, medium frequency. Then also it was correct. So let's say if I want to rate the answer of user persona, somebody using this classification, I would rate his answer 5 out of 10. Okay, somebody using this classification of age group, I would get that answer 8 out of 10. That's the only difference. Both answers are decent enough, but the probability of the question which is more up to the practical sense, I would say this is more accurate compared to this. Pradeep, if you would have said this answer in an interview, it would be a good interview or decent interview. But if you had classified the user in this basis, because interview want to know ki whether, because it's pretty easy na, in if you try to classify product by same thing only, frequency, you are just you're just mugged of the fact and you are just applying the same concern to every product, right? This is not the use case, this is not the way you will impress your interview, right? You have to think out of the box. And when I say out of the box, that's why I say every product from the lens of user. For e-commerce, use case is totally different from Netflix use case. Hence, I would give rating to this answer pretty high, 8 out of 10, as compared to this answer 5 out of 10. But in commerce, I will rate this answer as 8 out of 10. But is this clear now?
Yes.
Hello, please ask if you have any queries more.
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay, anyone, any queries? Hello.
No, Mayank.
Okay. But Pratik, you
Mayank, I
understand?
have a question.
Huh.
Like we have divided this into age group. Let's suppose, and in this, like there's one age group of like 10 to 20 around, like right, like from kids of from age of 10 to 15, they don't have their personal number or something. So how would Netflix know that these are kids below and below the age of 15 or something? Like how can they get this
No, no,
data?
no. Netflix never get to know. Who said Netflix will
Okay.
get to know?
Okay, so what will be the relevance of this data? Like how can this data be used? This user persona.
See, this user persona will be used on the basis of, let's say, if I want to say, okay, percentage watch time of user. Let's say this is one of the metrics. Percentage watch time of movies by users. Let's say you are an analyst and you want to calculate this data. Okay. Then
Yes.
then let's say, because when you try to do sign up, right, when you do try to Gmail, see, many companies have this this sources where they find out the date of birth of the users. Okay, so let's say you have the date of birth of the users. Now when you try to bucket the percentage watch time of this user, right, one is the age group of 10 to 20, second is the age group of 20 to 40, third is the age group of 40 to greater than 40. When you try to percentage watch time of movies by user, you will find the percentage watch time here is let's say 20 minute. Okay, here it is 30 minute, here it is 2 minutes. What does it mean? Engagement is pretty high in which bucket? This bucket, right? Then this is second, this is first, then this is last. Why? This is a correlation between the age group, because this is the millennial age group, right? This is the age group which does not want to go to the theater. They want to spend time. They don't want, because see, the relevance of television has been decreasing day by day, right? If you guys have noticed it, earlier we used to watch movies on television. Now we are being using our personal laptop and taking the subscription of OTT platform, try to finish the movies, right? That's why the engagement of this age group is pretty high as compared to this age group. Hello.
Yeah, man, that I understood, but uh, I, wouldn't it be better to group the customer based on just the engagement time itself rather than the age?
Engagement time, how would you classify the engagement time? See,
Uh,
you can class. See, you are saying hello.
yeah, Mank, you are audible.
Yeah, yeah. See, I am saying there can be different ways to form cohorts, right? One way is on the basis of engagement. Okay, this is also correct. Second is on the basis of age. This is also correct. Third can in the basis of region also, right? State
Yeah.
comparison. If you do a state comparison in India, the watch time of South India will be higher than North India, or vice versa. What do you think?
I think North India is more, I guess.
But let's say the number of theaters in South India are less. Matlab, there can be so many things, right? We don't know the other unless we have the data, right? So in this case, what you will say is cohorts you will form. You will try to find answer from this bucket, this bucket, this bucket. You will dice the data, right? And then you will come with the insights.
Hmm.
Understood?
Okay. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, I got you.
ठीक है. So see, again I am saying Pratik, Harsh, or to each and everyone, there is no right and no wrong answer here, right? But it's better, it's always better to say multiple cuts in an interview, right? When you say engagement, when you say frequency of watch time, right? When you say age group, then you will say the region wise watch time can also difference, right? Region, state. So when you try to say these things, okay, I will try to find out the insights, or the engagement through this different cohort. These are the different cohorts of the user. We last time discussed now what does cohort means, right? Hello, hello.
Yeah, Mank, you are audible.
Last time we discussed now
Yeah,
what a
we had
cohort is.
discussed it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now let's discuss. User journey is also very straightforward for Netflix, right? I am skipping the Netflix ka user story. Like user will download and then they will do search and they will try to click and watch it. That is pretty straightforward in each and everyone, right? Let's try to solve the and matrix part is also being clear, right? I would recommend each and everyone to read it from the case studies, right? If you want to talk about a success metric, right? What can be the critical metric? Let's discuss the critical metric fast. Let's give me three critical metrics, success metrics for this Netflix.
Number of paid customers,
Activation
subscription.
matrix. Uh,
What?
Activation matrix. Activation matrix.
Activation metric.
Yeah, like people who will be subscribing the platform for this Netflix.
So that won't fall under the activation metric, right? Activation that will be under the revenue metric now.
Activation metric was like when people start using that particular platform, right?
See, please try to use normal words. मतलब number of paying customers, right? This will fall under the revenue metrics, right? What is activation? You will say activation means DAO, MAO. We discussed a daily active user, monthly active user, right? These are your activation metrics. But revenue top पे होगा ना, मतलब the revenue should come at the top. The number of users who are actually subscribing for in a month, number of users who see there will be two kind of users. One is old customers, right, who have taken their ELD plan. They don't need to subscribe monthly. Then there will be a new customer who will come in that particular month and then do subscription. Okay, so if you want to define the metric, you will say number of paid customers, like number of paying customers in a month, right? And this will take care of only a new customer who is doing a subscription, because an old customer who has already paid in one particular month, they won't pay. Let's say they have taken a subscription in June for 1 year, right? They don't need to pay July, August, September every month, right? So in a month you can define this metric. And when you talk about Harshvardhan, activation metrics, we call it engagement metrics. Like these are daily active user, monthly active users. But revenue, I told you, right? Revenue will come at the top, right? Depending on the product, right? Netflix ka revenue is totally dependent on the subscription model, right? They have to pay, customer need to pay some money, then only their revenue will generate. Then you will say, okay, success metric first is revenue metric, that is number of paying customers in a month. Second is the engagement metric, which we call DAO, daily active user, monthly active user, where you will calculate the percentage time spent on the app or website. Pretty straightforward. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, it's making sense.
Retention metrics,
Yeah, retention metric
churn rate, retention rate.
yeah, that is also part. And one of the good metric that you can also see is, right, which is specific to Netflix or OTT platform only, right? There is uh there are some users, right? Even I have also done that, like most of would have done that also, right? We try to subscribe for trial period. Number of users who opted for trial, okay, who opted for trial. Let me just cut this, remove it. Number of users, who opted for trial, right? But they did not pay. Trial mode is for 7 days, right? For some, for I'm not does not remember it correctly, but 7 or 10 days hota hai, right? So number of users who opted for trial 7 days but didn't pay the subscription, right? This also happened, right?
Yes.
So now these are these are some out of the box matlab, thought that you can think, but it's you won't be able to think in an interview because there are a lot of pressure in an interview. But when I have written this line, like, tell me how many can relate with this metric or not.
हाँ, ये जो आपने लिखा ये चर्नेट के अंदर का नहीं है ना, मतलब चर्नेट नहीं आ सकता
See,
नंबर ऑफ यूजर्स।
नहीं, see, churn rate का definition you have to define, right? So when you say churn rate, so when you say retention rate, what will the retention rate? Even a customer who have paid the subscription, they also don't pay next month, right? Let's say there will be some customer who in Jan take a subscription of 300 rupees. Now comes Fab, they don't pay, right?
राइट राइट।
So this is churn. This is one kind of churn. Ki a cohort level, monthly level, number of user. So how the distribution will look like is the how the distribution will look like is, let's say this is Jan. Okay. So let's say keep this month as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. ठीक है. Let's say in 1 month of 100 users paid the subscription. That was of rupees, let's say rupees 500. Okay. Now in second month, only 20, only 30 people renewed. Okay. In next third, let's say 40 people renewed. Fourth, let's say 60, 70, let's say 10, 20, 30, 40, 20, 60, 70, right? This number can change. But the base remain the same. Out of this 100, 30 have renewed in Feb. In March, 40 renewed it. In April, it increased. In May, it further increased. But in June, it further decreased. Right?
राइट राइट।
So this is how you will see the graph. The graph will look like this. This graph will look like this. मतलब a normal line. This can be like this, right? This will be
या
number of, this is users count, and this is month, right? So this is one way, you can calculate the retention. Another way, which was, because there will be some user, right, x number of users who opted for trial but they didn't convert, right? That will not be a part of retention. Actually, that will be a part of your conversion rate. And you can send an interview also, because there are some percentage of users. And I think this, if let's say today 100 users get logged in into Netflix, right, there will be 10, at least 5 to 10% of users who won't pay the money upfront. They will first utilize their trial period. And even this can also come as an insight also, right, for Netflix. Because there is a reason why Netflix or companies have kept a trial period, because they want the user to spend time of their on their app. They want user to spend time on their product, and then they get attracted with the product quality or engagement, and then they want to charge the customer, right? This is something, not a rocket science. This is something which every company does, right? Swiggy, Zomato gives you discount, that's why you order from Swiggy, Zomato. Netflix or OTT platforms like Hotstar, they provide you trial period. Every company wants to play with the mind of the customer, right? And then they want to retain it. I hope that is pretty clear now,
Yeah, man.
या
It's clear.
इट्स क्लियर।
right? Did you guys able to follow with it, right? Matlab, the depth that we are trying to cover with respect to business model.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, Frank.
Yes.
Hmm. Yes.
Suppose a customer is subscribing January, and after that, the next 2 months he didn't subscribe to the plan, but he returned in April or May.
Sure.
So, will he considered in a repeat customer or a new customer?
It will be a repeat customer.
Okay.
New customer is someone who have never used your product. When you say new, what does new means? A new customer means who has never subscribed for your product. Now is subscribing for the first time. That is a new customer. What is old customer? A old customer behavior can change. Na? A old customer can be a customer who paid for your product once in a lifetime. After 2 years, he didn't do. In 2 years, he didn't pay. After 2 years, he paid. So he's an old customer, but his retention was not there in last 2 months. He was a part of a retention group only in April. right?
Okay, okay, sure.
Let's discuss one root cause analysis, right? Uh, to increase the engagement on the platform, make people spend more time watching content on the platform, right? If you want to, if somebody give you problem statement, ki the engagement, let's say root cause analysis we want to do. Let's say engagement engagement number for Netflix. Let's say engagement number for Netflix dropped by 10 percentage. Hello.
Yeah, Mehak, you're audible.
Yes, yes.
So let's say engagement number for Netflix has been dropped by 10%, and now this problem statement is giving to you in an interview how you can increase the, what can be the, so two things that we need to solve is, first is why number dropped. Okay, you have to form the framework how you can solve this problem. Why number dropped. Second is through give solution to increase this. Give solution to increase the give solution to increase the engagement. Take couple of minutes ka time. Think about why a number can be dropped, form a framework, and then what solution, how you can increase the engagement. Is this question clear to everyone?
Yes, Mehak.
Okay, take couple of minutes and let's then discuss. And these are types of question that you can expect in your interview, like such kind of question will come. Why, if the numbers have dropped, how you can do the root cause analysis, how you can do a structure like this.
Can I start answering, Mehak?
Yeah, sure.
Like there can be external and internal reasons. First, I'm talking about the internal reasons. Like one of the reason can be the cost of subscription may have increased by some amount.
Okay.
Second reason can be some of the production companies might have pulled out their
One second,
copyright.
one second. Let me now try to write your points, right, so that everyone can see and we can discuss. First is the cost. Cost of
Cost of
subscription has
subscription.
increased.
Hmm.
Okay.
Second, some of the production companies pulled off stopped their copyright cooperation with Netflix.
Okay, so let's say you are saying कि the content had decreased. Let's be
Yeah,
specific.
content decrease.
So let's say
Hmm.
the content, the content quality or quantity both have decreased, right?
Yeah.
So try to be specific. See, say the content quality or quantity would have decreased, right?
Yeah.
ठीक है?
These were the internal reasons. Some of the external reasons now I'm
They
talking about.
think more. I want
Okay.
more points on
Okay.
internal. Let's someone else answer. Anyone who wants to try?
Yes.
That go ahead, Pramod.
Okay. So the internal reason is first technical glitch in a
Okay.
website or app. Second is
Hmm.
change in matrix, calculation matrix.
Calculation metrics.
Yes. For example, before that we were considering subscription, free subscription model
Hmm.
engagement also. Right now, I am not considering that only paid subscription. We are considering so that this will be changed. Engagement will be changed.
Sorry, can you please repeat? I didn't understand your point.
Okay. Suppose previously we were taking the customers, those who are just taking the free trial. That engagement also we were taking.
Yeah.
Now we are not taking that thing. Now we are taking only
Good
the
point.
engagement due to the
Got it.
paid
Got it. So
customer.
you are saying got your point. Got it.
Yes.
Calculation or metric. See,
Yes. Yes.
Pramod, one thing you can mention this. This is a very good point in an interview to mention, but generally this is not the answer. I'm just telling you, matlab, upfront.
Okay.
Okay, but it's good that you can mention this. So you
Okay.
will say, in one word, the way of calculating metrics would have changed, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
But say only be very precise. The way of calculating the matrix would have changed. Simple. Point is over.
Okay.
Okay. But I would say this is not the answer. Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
Uh,
yeah.
Next is change in subscription plan. Suppose
That is
we
already covered. Cost of
yes.
subscription. That is
Okay.
covered.
Okay. Next is uh, non-availability of movies, web series. Suppose some web series closed.
Okay.
Means new series is not coming.
So that is also
So
covered. Content quality, quantity would have
okay.
changed.
Okay. Okay. And now moving to the external.
No. I want to cover more on internal. Let's Pratik
Okay.
try.
Okay.
Pratik, you were trying, right?
Sir, the point is similar to Pramod's point, but it is so that is because of the changes in business plan. Suppose they have stopped giving free trial. So earlier they were, customers were exposed because of the free trial. But now
Understood,
very
understood.
limited customers will be
You
exposed.
don't need to explain so much. Okay, in an interview.
So basically, sir, changes in business plan because stopping
Change
the
in
free trial will.
change in business plan is very subjective. Okay, change in business plan can be you decrease the cost of subscription, right? They give business plan is a very very broad term. Say in specific, you want to say free trial period has
Stop.
changed, right? Let's say earlier I was this can be reason, right? Earlier I was giving a free trial period of 10 days. Now we are giving only of 4 days. This
Yes.
can be reason, right?
Yes, because this gives an indication of user behavior.
Yeah. So obvious, but be specific. You have to say free trial period would have changed. I don't know, would have changed from let's say X days to Y days. Interview will say no, this is not the reason. This the reason is this, for example, right? But good point, guys. Matlab, great. We are there, right? Well, almost we are able to think all these points. These are very good points. Good point. Any new points you want to mention, Pratik, or somebody else want to try?
Yeah. Is there any update of UI?
No, no.
Like no update, no?
No. All these points are. Tell me one thing. All these points are clear to each and everyone.
Yes.
Yes, man.
right? And these are very, see you guys are able to answer these questions because we have covered these things first, right? When we say product metrics, sorry, we covered these product metrics first, right? Then we discussed about the user personas. So when you try to, that's why I mentioned you earlier, for any product that you want to read in your, whenever you are reading any product from this case study, right, you need to cover five things: one, two, three, four, five. If you are able to cover these 5 points, right, if you try to if you are able to understand the product, right, if you are able to cover all these 5 points for each product, right, which are mentioned in the case study, you will able to answer each and every question that will come in the interview. This is a very structured, right? If you able to think about user persona, user journey, product metrics, user pain points, number of search, engagement has decreased, root cause analysis ka framework, how, what to say, how to say, then you will be easily able to crack the interviews. Does it make sense? And I expect each and everyone to read one case study per day from the case study book and in the same framework that we have discussed.
Hello, Mayank.
Yeah.
Uh, can we mention this point that suppose one of the competitors has, initiated a very lucrative offer for the customers. So
Okay.
that can
That
also
will,
be the
yeah,
disruptor
yeah,
for
yeah.
the market.
That will be part of external factor actually,
Okay.
because this is not in control of Netflix. Now, if someday
Yes, yes.
Amazon Prime or Hotstar will increase or decrease their rate, right, that will fall under external factor. So one
Yes,
is
but they
competitor.
generally try to copy that strategies.
Yeah, competitor price would have, would have decreased. That's why users moved from, let's say, Netflix to other platform. Okay.
Yes.
Another one in the external can be like the competitors are like giving option of like they have much better movies like the new movies or new hit
Yeah, so
movies.
see, so that will come under one point. Competitor is performing better, simple, right?
Mm.
And
Yeah.
then explain two, 3 points. They would have decreased the price, they would have increased the quality content, but let's try to, in an interview, let's try to keep only 1 point for competitor. Okay? It is a
Okay.
good practice to say. Pramod, Rahul, Bivor, Ravi, external factors.
Yes.
Any boycott happened on internet or social media.
Political reasons.
Okay. Hmm. Internet boycott. Anything else?
Next is most awaiting series released on another platform.
That's the first point only.
कंप्यूटर में कवर हो जाएगा वो.
हो जाएगा वो.
Make can we uh, inflation is the cause. Inflation maybe the external cause.
What?
Inflation
Inflation? How inflation is related to this?
because uh,
People like
fund base.
ought to spend less money, right? That's why that may be a reason. If market situation is down, then people don't usually people try to save their money.
So the spending capacity will decrease. That is.
No, यार मतलब see, inflation is very pretty obvious. It's always constant every year ना, मतलब वो growth उस don't say such kind of words, मतलब this is मतलब very unrealistic.
All social media marketing, bad social, negative social media marketing.
हाँ, negative, yeah, that can be a point. Negative social media. I think we have covered good points, right? We covered 3, 4 points in external, and we covered how many? 5 points in internal, right? Internal. These are external factors. Good point. Now discuss about the what extra things we can do, right? Matlab, currently we know the product of Netflix. What solutions should come? Solutions should be proposed. Solution should be proposed to increase engagement. Okay. Now think some out of the box thing, like what you think currently in Netflix which is not there and which should be there ideally. Hmm?
Like some people don't like to watch like foreign shows. Usually they watch the regional shows only. That can be like the Netflix can diversify its subscription model.
No, no, that model is already there, na. They provide you to watch series or movies in different language.
They no, no, that I'm not talking about that. They can like give specific subscription for, like, let's suppose I don't want to watch the foreign shows, I only want to watch the original Indian shows. So they can like provide us the option to just opt for that particular subscription.
But Adam,
Like
that
in
will see, yeah, that is a good point. Totally agree. But that will decrease their revenue, right?
yeah, it might, yeah, it will.
Subscription based on user segment, user regions, right? Basically.
But
But
I think
but
it might.
see, this will increase engagement, right?
Yeah.
But decrease revenue. So no company will opt for this, right? So it's a point to mention in an interview, but it's not a point, very good point that interview will get impressed. I will rate this answer as 4 out of 10.
Sir, if suppose,
Let me finish first, Pratik.
sorry.
So, Harsh, did you understand why I am rating this 4 out of 10?
Yeah, I understood it. Actually, the reason I said this point was because the numbers would increase though. There is a chance that revenue might increase because the
See,
prices of the subscription will decrease. So the quantity.
currently, yeah, I will tell you. Currently, the revenue is 150 rupees per month. Okay. And we are providing you so many language changes, we are providing you so many things, right? Multiple languages. Now, if you want, I want only Hindi, then I have to charge you only 50 rupees, right? That cost to
Yeah,
benefit.
that I understand, but I'm not dividing like if I'm saying that this diversification will be based on the like original like the regional shows and the like the foreign shows, not the based on language
Huh.
only. So just if I don't want to watch the like Hollywood shows and all, so that can be removed from my subscription part, right? And only the Hindi shows which are actually in Hindi, that will be only showed to me.
Hmm.
Like in TV, in this and all, we can choose the channels, right? Like what we want to watch, and for that price, we pay the price for it. So something like that, I was saying.
Hmm. Yeah, understood. Any second point? Anybody wants to try?
Uh, Recommended by the friends. That is also given this point in case study.
Sorry, can you please repeat?
Recommended by friends. Some web series or movies recommended by our
And
friends
how
so
can
that
you
we can.
recommend on Netflix? Because I don't see an option of recommendation on Netflix.
That option is not there. So by adding these features, we can improve.
So how can we increase? It's a good point. Can you tell me how can we do that on Netflix if you want to give let's recommendation feature? Like how can we do that?
Uh, there will be something sharing option.
We can link the IDs from Facebook and all by that.
Yes,
If
yes.
the Netflix account is linked with Facebook or something or Gmail, then that can be the way to join these two.
things.
Yes. So see, it's a very
So
good
they
point.
will be having the data of most watched videos, so they can write as most watched. And
See. So today what happens is understand the current value. Today what happens is, let's say I watched today Netflix पे one movie called Kantara, a famous movie in South India. Okay. Now what I will do, I will close my Netflix app. I will go to my WhatsApp. I will say, hey guys, hi Pratik, this movie is awesome, Kantara. Please watch it, right? Then what will Pratik do? Pratik will open his app and then watch the movie. Current, this is the experience, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? Or what this person can do, let's say this is Mayank, this is me, okay? One option is he can go to WhatsApp and do this. Second option, what he can do is he will write on he will write on social media. He will write on social media, Insta, WhatsApp, or yeah, Facebook, right? Awesome movie, right? Then you guys will like, share, and will see, okay, this movie awesome, I will also watch it. This is another way, right? So these are the only two ways, right, through which you suggest something currently to your friends or family: WhatsApp or social media. Now, what Netflix can do? Okay, understood, right? These 2 points. Hello?
Yeah, man.
Yes,
It's
yes.
understood.
Yeah.
So, what Netflix can do now? Okay, so what Netflix can do? Netflix can, you know, do in their app only, right? They can give an option to share. Currently, once you tried, have you done use phone pay or Paytm? When you try to do phone pay transaction, you get successful transaction. You get an option to share the receipt to the users,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yes.
And you can share directly from phone pay to on WhatsApp and directly share on Instagram or somewhere, right? If you want to DM it.
Yes.
So same solution. Share or recommendation option should be there. Hello.
Yeah, man. Another point can be like the Netflix can try to bring in more top rated shows or movies into their platforms. That can be the that can also be a factor to increase the engagement. Hello.
Can you repeat? Sorry, your voice got broke.
Uh, Netflix can try to pull in the top rated shows or movies so that people are more engaged in their platform.
Can repeat on the movie, sorry.
Not repeat, can like pull in some of the like top rated shows and movies into their platform.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And language diversification should be improved so that it will come under the engagement metric. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अभी खंतारा हम लोग देख रहे तो मलयालम में होगा चाहे कुछ में हो। बहुत सारे हैं जो हिंदी में देखना चाहते तो वो नहीं देख पाएंगे। अगर खंतारा को अगर हिंदी में मिल जाए तो देखना चालू कर देंगे।
Hmm. But that is not in control of Netflix. Now, let's say that movie was not dubbed in North India. That was not dubbed in Hindi. How can Netflix can show that movie in Hindi? That is not in control of Netflix, na?
sir, during some prime
Let
time,
me
for example,
एक बार
festival
Pratik,
seasons.
Pratik, let me. But see, whenever
Sorry.
somebody who asks me the question, I try to answer them, and then I expect
Sir,
them to ask me the cross question. I am here to debate on the topic, right?
sorry, I
So
thought you completed. Okay, sorry.
okay, so when you mentioned North India, Pramod, but do you understand, right, why it's not in hand of Netflix?
नहीं, ये नहीं पता चला क्यों ये है, नहीं पता चला।
क्या?
ये जो बताया कि नेटफ्लिक्स के हाथ में नहीं है कि मूवीज का लैंग्वेज डाइवर्सिफिकेशन का,
हाँ।
कैसे
See,
नहीं किया जा सकता?
see, one thing is, let's say Bahubali was released in, let's say, Malayalam, okay?
ओके,
But that movie took 3 months to get dubbed in India, North India, Hindi.
ओके,
So that movie cannot come on Netflix in Hindi, right, for 3 months because it was not being dubbed. That product was not ready. How it can come on Netflix,
या
right? Matlab, it's
uh,
pretty obvious, na? For example, Drishyam 2 movie was made in Tamil or some South India, right? Malayalam.
Malayalam.
That movie was launched 3 years ago, but that movie took 3 years to get remaked in Hindi. And that movie, Drishyam 2 movie was never being dubbed in Hindi, right? Because of the copyright thing. Otherwise, that movie would have not been fresh, made by Ajay Devgan.
बट समहाउ ही कैन डू इट एज सुन एज पॉसिबल, तो ये एंगेजमेंट ये तो होगा ना सही, एंगेजमेंट करते हुए।
Uh, Copyright issues are always involved in dubbing, like Drishyam to Ajay Devgan and Rohit Shetty already bought that part for Hindi from Malayalam part. So it's not up to the Netflix that he can just dub the movie on Hindi on his own without taking permission from the producer,
Obviously,
etc.
why would Netflix will dub the movie, bro? These movies are done by the directors and producers. Netflix is just a platform. Netflix can only show a movie which is present in the market, which is present in the industry. If that movie is not being made in India, how can they show? It's pretty obvious.
ओके,
Hello.
Mayank, Netflix may launch some exciting offer like if some persons will join Netflix through our shared link, then both users will get 1 month extra subscription so that their subscriber will increase.
Referrals.
डिस्काउंट हो सकता है। आई मीन द पर्सन हु इज इन द एज बिटवीन 1 to 25 he can give around for 50% for the subscription if the age group decreases, I mean increases from 1 to 30 years, so it will be also improve the I mean engagement.
Hello.
Uh,
Yeah,
Hello, man. During peak festival times, they can bring some exciting offers. For example, 10% off or 20% off. That will suddenly increase the mass audience for their subscription. And also, suppose if the spending capacity is down, so they can make the window period shorter. I mean, suppose the cost of 1 month is 300. They can bring some offer that you can pay 150, 150 in two amounts. So if the amount is shorter, the users generally tend to pay, tend to subscribe. This is
Hmm. See, ठीक है, your points are pretty valid, but that those are not up to the marks, right? मतलब you won't get brownie points in the interview. The point that was raised is recommendation feature is not there in Netflix, which is being present in PhonePe or somewhere, right? Where you can just share the things to your it's interconnect. So it's the solution is integrate social media networking apps on Netflix through which user can share it directly on WhatsApp, on Instagram, or Facebook. They can directly DM their users or DM this list to the things. That is the good point. Second point you can say in an interview would be the which Pratik has mentioned, right? Ki the most recommended, so most watched movie ka some section should be there, which people give votes, and that should come as a recommendation to every user, so that most watched movie should be in higher in the order of the priority. Let's say there are thousands of movies on Netflix, right? But there has to be some section of most watched movies, most watched web series, so that it's become very easy for an customer, right, to just select the top most. And that topmost watched movie can be different in South India, it can be different in Japan, it can be different in China, it can be different in Asia, right? So totally that bifurcation has to be very customized at a personalized level on the basis of demography, region, and age group. That's it. So these are the two answers you can say in an interview. Okay, I think we have discussed Netflix, and it took lot of time today because of the obvious reason, because you guys have not gone through that case studies, and second reason was we are taking product class after a long time, right? But see, today the reason why I took a long class today, because I want to cover that depth here, right? And now we cannot discuss case studies again and again, because we have already discussed 7 8 classes, same thing. Now I expect you, each and everyone, go through the case studies by yourself. You can ask me the query, but daily one case study in the covering 5 points: pain, user journey, user persona, pain points, product metrics, and root cause analysis question. These five things should be in your mind when you are reading the case study from that PDF. Second thing is, tomorrow I want to discuss the gas estimate thing, and I think already one class being held here, right, for gas estimates.
Yeah, man.
Right, tomorrow let's I will also after the class I will share the material also for the gas estimates. I think for that case studies, these 5 points have been closed from my end. If you have any queries, you can ping me on WhatsApp or group. I can discuss you with offline. Tomorrow we will discuss gas estimates part. I will share the PDF also for that, from where to read case study, the gas estimates. So product case studies, product metrics, user journeys, root cause analysis have been discussed. Material has been shared to you. Tomorrow we will discuss gas estimates in detail. I will share the material offline with you after the class. Also share the recording of this lecture also if somebody have missed. So I think then, if gas estimate is also covered, I think from product side we are being pretty sorted. Everything is closed. Neil and Piyush will take part of the SQL things which are pending. Next week we'll take the interview, mock interviews or resume building. Okay, guys. But yeah, please be honest with yourself. One case study per day. That's it. What is required. And I cannot do spoon feeding, or I cannot, ask you again and again. Now it's up to you guys. It's very already we have devoted more than 2 months on your skill set improvement, and I totally feel that each and everyone have increased their skill set by some X factor. That can be some 10% for any for one, but it can be 100% for other one. It totally depends on your hard work now, right? Because all those recorded lectures are there on YouTube. Materials have been shared with you. Problems have been discussed in depth. There has been a discussion two-way. Some students are not at all participating in a discussion. For example, Hindu does not participate in the class, right? So it's a loss for yourself only, right? It's not a loss for me, or it's not a loss for other, right? If you are not participating in a class discussion, so then you are losing on it. And I see only few students, let's say Pratik, Harshvardhan, same Ravi or Pramod or Vibor or Rahul, only some these folks being part of the discussion. So that's good for you. But those who are not participating in the class, it's a loss for them, right? So next time, try your best to participate in the class. That's it. Okay, guys.
Yeah, Mang, one thing. If possible, please arrange a class for that data visualization as well. At least one class.
Dashboarding building, right? Okay. There will
Uh,
be one class for where we discuss about dashboarding thing.
okay.
Okay.
Hello, Mang.
Yeah.
Just wanted to know one thing. A few of the products which we don't use, for example, app stocks. I don't deal in share market, so it is difficult to answer questions or tell them suggestions. So what to do in such cases? I mean,
In such
can you
cases,
give us?
see, we discussed this multiple times, Pratik. We discussed we can cover only the product categories part. So cover one product category, which is, let's say, Zerodha, Grow, Upstocks, right? All these as apps are similar apps only, right? Try to cover one product, and then you will be able to answer all these questions.
Okay.
Trading apps, there are 15 trading apps in India. Zerodha, Grow, Upstocks. So many apps are coming in the market, right? You cannot go through each and every app, right? What you need to do in generic, try to understand one app. That's it. You can do, and that one app is present. Upstocks or trading app is there in the case study. That's why I'm saying you multiple time. Read that case study. That's it. Okay, tomorrow we will do gas estimates part, right? Now, product case studies, and I'm expecting that you guys will complete the case study by yourself. If you have queries, you can reach out to me and cover one case study per day. That's it. Okay. Any queries, or we can wrap up the class.
No queries, man.
Bye. Bye. Take care.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Tomorrow class
Bye.
also 9. Tomorrow class will also be 9:90, 9:30 only. Okay.
Okay.